What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rob and today is all about an update. Started bulking 3 months ago. Where are we today? Let's dive into it. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you guys are starting off running. Don't ease into your goals, get after it. Let's go. Day one, no messing around. But anywho, October-ish, I think it was 1st of October is when we really started. Like I said, I got a coach, Kanu Lift. I'll tag him on the bottom if anybody's interested on Instagram, Kanu Lift. Well, I got Coach October. We set a plan, fast forward to where we're at today, 222 pounds. So in 3 months, from 203 to 222 pounds. Talk about diet a little bit. So it's been pretty consistent eating just about the same things, a lot of ground beef, a lot of egg whites, a whole bunch of rice. The highest they got were 4,200. So 4,200 calories a day, 286 grams of protein, 550 grams of carbs, and 91 grams of fat for those who care about things like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and say those were my numbers. Don't think because those are the numbers I use to gain weight means that's gonna work for you. There's a lot more that goes into it than just that. So those were my heaviest. That's the most food I was eating was then 4,200, and that was like about the middle. After a month, between 1 to 3 months was when I got to those high calories. And now, after you can only do that for so long, being in a surplus like that without starting to kind of spill over and get fat. So I'm at that point where I'm feeling a little thick, feeling a little chunky. My midsection starting to hold a little bit more water, my lower back. So we decided it's time to cut a little bit. And it's not, I'm still gonna be bulking in a way, so it's not gonna be an aggressive cut to try to shred down or nothing like that. The goal at the very beginning was to get big and gain as much weight as possible, but in a lean way. Not necessarily just stuffing my face and seeing how fat I could get or how high I could get this scale to read. It was really with the plan, eating real food, cardio, training hard, and just doing it like that. Really nothing fancy, no shortcuts, no extra supplements, nothing. Just hard work, being consistent, and just letting the results speak for themselves. But we're at the point where it's time to start cutting down. The goal is about 1 pound per week, be perfect. So by maybe the end of February, be closer to 210, 215, looking bigger, trying to keep as much of the mass that we've gained so far on my frame, keep that on there, but tear back some of the fat. Once we get to that level, then we're gonna start again and climb back up and see if we could get back to 220, 225 leaner. So that's all it is, just kind of a game. Go up as much as you can and then cut it down a little bit, and then go back up as much as you can, and over time you'll see all those gains you've made. So it's not about just I'm bulking, I'm gonna get as big as possible and then you're done. It's all about over time doing it, or else you will get fat if you're eating that much food. So right here is my very last progress picture. So that's here, you can see the difference. Thicker, definitely bigger, legs definitely improved. I'm very happy about that. And it's very exciting to me, dude, to be honest with you. You know, I set this goal to compete and make it to a show, and just training with intent, with that purpose to really get bigger, get not just for fun, but for a show, you know, to really get out of your comfort zone, try to blow up as much as I can, and try to really just live that bodybuilder lifestyle. I'm not gonna just set that goal to compete and then hope for the best. Like, I'm gonna do everything it takes to make sure once I get to the stage that I did everything in my power to look my best. The only person I wanna compete with is myself, and I wanna make sure that when I'm up there, it doesn't matter the placing I get, but it's the absolute best work that I could have done. I took my rest days seriously, cardio, everything seriously, very consistent, and to the best of my ability. So those were my high days. Where are my macros now? So like I said, now we're on the decline. We're gonna start trying to shed some fat. My macros are still kind of high. So like I said, about 1 pound per week, nothing drastic, because we want to keep as much as the tissue that we've built in these past 3 months. So right now my macros are 250 grams of protein down from 286, 500 grams of carbs down from 550, and then 70 grams of fat down from 91, for a total of 3,630 calories a day. So still quite a bit of food. It's not like it's diet food, you know what I mean? And that's something that's, I think I put myself through so many diet phases just because I got in my head. I didn't want to get fat again. I wanted to make sure I stayed lean, thinking that if I were just diet, I'd eventually start seeing my gains. I did it, but now that I got with the coach and he's making me eat more, it's really letting me know that all that time that I spent dieting and cardio and building my metabolism is starting to pay off. I never in my wildest dreams would have thought that I'd be able to eat 500 plus grams of carbs a day and stay relatively lean. So I feel me going through all those phases of trying to diet and not to gain weight is paying off now, you know what I mean? It left my body with low fat levels and prime, ready to eat more in a surplus and try to really gain some weight. So I'm really pleased with the results. I couldn't have asked more out of the coach that I chose and that I'm working with. And I chose this coach not just, you know, for a couple months. I chose him from start to finish. So I'm gonna be with him from October until we decide to step on stage wherever it is. And everything's been it's been really awesome. I'm not gonna lie. The training's been amazing, really pushing me out of my comfort zone, really pushing me past my barriers physically and mentally, which is awesome. You know, there's a lot of times where I'm going into the gym nervous about what I'm working out just because the weights are getting heavier and the reps and sets are still going up. So it's making me really focus and really make sure that this is what I want to do, you know, and that's what I wanted. I wanted something to push me harder than I have. And for me, somebody who's always used to going to the gym, now that the weights are getting up there, the reps and sets are up there, it's really making me realize that I really love it. Like, I love going to the gym and pushing myself. That's the easy part. The eating, it's gonna supplement how you are in the gym. So to me, that's like a no-brainer. Like, I wanna stay consistent with my food. The training is fun, so to make training even funner is to keep seeing that progress. And what's gonna get you there is by eating that food, the things you do when you're not in the gym. So everything has just been amazing. It's been fun. And now that it's a new year, you know, you get that extra motivation at the beginning of the year. Like, I'm just ready to get into it. Just keep running, try to diet down as I'm getting stronger and hopefully still getting bigger. It's been amazing. I used to have so many excuses for skipping leg day, for not going as hard, for not pushing to failure. And then now that I'm doing all those things, it's like, man, like, part of me wishes that I would have been doing this in the past, but I'm also very thankful that I'm doing it now. You know, better late than never. So don't feel discouraged if you're at your journey and you know you could do better. Just do better. At least you are aware and you understand that, hey, I'm not really fulfilling my potential. Now you know, hey, let's hit the ground running and let's go after it. We can always kind of shift into that gear, you know, as the beauty of it. It's not, don't wait for it to come. Don't pout about not being there, but shift into that gear. You know, it's 2023. 2022 is in the past, start a new you. I know they say that, it sounds a little corny, new year, new me. But what makes you a new you? You know, changing the things that you didn't like about yourself. Actually changing them, not hoping for them to change it, but you physically, mentally changing them. Your habits, the habits that make up the qualities that you don't like, those habits need to go, and you need to substitute them, replace them with new habits that are gonna fulfill your new you, your new goals. So that's just a little bit of something that I'm trying to come into that energy into this new year with. Just things that I didn't like about myself. If I find myself scrolling on social media, I need to stop doing that. Get on there, post, see a few people's things, comment, and get out of there. Sitting there and just scrolling is not productive for anybody. So please be vigilant with your time. Know where you're spending your time, and then know, hey, I'm spending too much time doing this, which is not going to help me reach any goal, leave that. Stop doing that and find new ways that is going to help you learn something that's going to help you be better at your craft. There's so many things, so much that we could be doing that's going to help us get better instead of scrolling. That's all we're doing, you know what I mean? And nowadays there's just so much. Now there's AI stuff coming out and everybody's on it. Who cares? Stick to your shit. Unless you're an AI person, you don't even need to be fucking with it. Like, what's the matter? You know? It is what it is. They're always constantly dropping new shit. So don't worry about it. Just stick to what's gonna make you better as a person, in your craft, and your job, whatever it is. Don't worry about all this shit. Don't worry about the outside noise. That noise is gonna be always there. So the faster you can just tune it out, COVID, fuck it, it's out. Nothing bothers you, you know what I mean? Unless it's gonna physically affect you, don't let it get to you. And just leave it all in the past. Start this new fresh, go after those goals. And yeah, so update from 203 to 222. Still eating a lot of food. Cardio has gone up. So on training days, except for leg days, I got 30 minutes of steady state cardio. And then on my off days, rest days, I got 50 minutes of cardio. Like I said, there's nothing, I'm not killing myself on cardio. It's really just walking, riding the bike. Heart health, plus it's good to keep that help get that fat down a little bit more. And stay lean. The goal would be amazing to get up to a good 230, somewhat leanish. Might happen next year, might happen the year after that. And guys, thank you so much for checking in on this progress update. If there's anything else you'd like to know about what I'm doing, what the protocol is, things like that, leave the questions down below in the comments and I'll make sure and answer them on here or on Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, please, Rob_Diesel89. I go a lot back and forth, but this year I'm going hard on this YouTube. So if you follow me on this platform, thank you guys so much, and expect videos from me 1 to 2 a week starting now. So happy New Year, and let's keep getting after it.